It is scientifically proven that if you take care of yourself on a daily basis, exercise a little bit, interact with other people, you're going to feel better. That's easier said than done if you have social anxiety, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Social anxiety, and whether you're an introvert or you're an extrovert, how that matters, how that impacts your life. This is a reoccurring theme and a very common thing that I treat at Northwest Anxiety Institute in Portland, Oregon. My name is Kevin Ashworth. This is an anxiety blog that I do. So we're going to talk about social anxiety today, and then coping and safety behaviors, but also just self-care. I've been thinking about this for a while, just this last week, about how exhausting it is for people to engage socially for some people. And it's obviously one of the things that we know is scientifically helpful to help you get over your anxiety and to feel better. There's two ways to look at this. Many people think that if you're an introvert, you're also socially anxious, and that's just not true. And of course, if you're an extrovert, you don't have to deal with social anxiety. You absolutely can be introverted and have no social anxiety, and of course be extroverted and have lots. Social anxiety at the premise is really this fear of judgment, negative evaluation, or criticism. And sometimes it feels a little bit like paranoia. You feel like people are thinking or talking about you, and you worry that they're judging you negatively. Now, again, this is on a continuum, because we all have this a little bit. We all want to present ourselves in a pretty good manner, but social anxiety is excessive. And it becomes a problem when it impacts you from doing the things that you want to do, whether that's meet up with friends, meet new people, go to parties, go to work parties, spend time with family and friends at the holidays. So, obviously, the gold standard treatment for that is exposure response prevention. I say obviously, meaning that's what we do here. And so we help people overcome their social anxiety by engaging more. And it's just very systematic and step by step. What I've been thinking about most recently is how exhausting that is for people, because we have, you can kind of see that right above me there, it says fake it till you make it. And that really applies to behavior therapy, because when people engage in a behavior, even though their emotions don't really want them to, we know that their behavior can change over time. And not only that their behavior can change, but their brain will change as well. And it doesn't have to take a really, really long amount of time. But because we have neuroplasticity in our brain, once we make behavioral changes, our synapses catch up, which is pretty cool. So it's one thing to say that, and then it's another thing to ask somebody that struggles with social anxiety to go to a party or to be around other people, because it is very taxing on them emotionally and just from a fatigue point of view. The definition I often use for an introvert is someone that draws the energy from their alone time, reading a book, watching a movie by themselves, that actually rejuvenates them. Where, on contrast, an extrovert gets a lot of energy by being around people. They can do it all night and day. And so if you're already introverted and you have social anxiety, you can imagine how exhausting that can be. And so that brings up my next point, which is, how do you take care of yourself? I don't want people to cope with feeling distressed. I want the treatment suggests that you build your tolerance for feeling distressed, and that engaging in more coping skills is not really beneficial over time. That doesn't mean you can't take care of yourself by doing what you would probably consider coping as a scheduled event throughout the week. Daily exercise, interacting with other people in a way that is on your terms and that meets your boundaries, and doing things for yourself that you enjoy. So if that's reading a book or getting a massage or going to the gym. But if you don't do any of those things, if you ask yourself now, what do I do for myself? And you never have time, you don't prioritize it, and you feel kind of bad, it wouldn't be surprising. Nobody's going to knock on your door and ask you to take care of yourself. You really have to set that standard. And so, and there's lots of reasons that we don't do that. Time being one of them. We have jobs, we have children, we have partners and spouses and financial issues and things like that. But there's always something we can do that's good for us. So think about what that is for you. It's nearly February, and many people wanted to make a lot of change with the new year, as we do, and so you're nearly down 4 weeks. How have you done? If you haven't succeeded the way that you would hope, reevaluate, make a new plan, and change it. Don't get stuck in feeling bad about what you haven't done yet. We can change that. If you live with someone with social anxiety and they're working hard to show up to things, recognize how exhausting that is for them and cut them some slack the next day. The ability to show up and put a smile on does not mean that somebody's enjoying it. Sometimes people really are trying to fake it till they make it, but that takes every ounce of their energy to do that. And just because someone can engage or look like they're not as anxious in one situation doesn't mean that they're not. So of course communication is super important, whether this is for your children, your partner, whoever, your parents. So that's what I want to chat about today, about social anxiety. Please subscribe to the channel if you like it. They're very short clips. If you have any questions, leave a comment or email me at kevin@northwestanxiety.com, kevin@nwanxiety.com. Check out our Facebook page, Social Anxiety, how to manage the exhaustion that comes with it and fake it till you make it. And we'll be back. Thanks. Take care.